Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. For this video, this is kind of sharing my adventure, I guess, a new project, my learning, making mistakes. And pot of gold I stumbled across, which I'm going to share. How this began is down here you'll see is the original Shop Vac. Years ago, I had bought two of them, a larger one for that side of the shop, and then this little bitty all around here for this side. They're both getting very old, and I know this is going to die soon. The bigger one already died, so I replaced it. I don't know if you can see way back there is a Stanley. Bought two of them, one for here and one for there. This one does dust collection. The other one just cleans that side of the shop. And you search on Amazon for Shop Vac and everything shows up. Stanley, this, that. Every manufacturer is riding on the coattails of Shop Vac, the company. I think that's the name of the company. But the Stanleys I bought have an incredibly stiff hose, and I hated that. The original ones are really soft. And I went on Amazon buying different hoses, and nobody has this adapter that fits the Stanley. It's a screw-on thing. So I figured, all right, I got a machine shop. Let me make my own hose and adapter since I can't find anything. So that's what this video is about, is trying to make an adapter, screwing up royally, and teaching you guys what I learned, the gold pot, everything. So I hope you enjoy. See you next time. Go and look at the existent coupling. And alright, I have two 12-inch long pieces, 2-inch diameter pieces of palm. Perfect. Black. Works. Cut a piece off. Alright, so I'm going to put it in the lathe to work on it. I've got the outside 4-jaw chuck jaws, no problem. Next, go measure what the existing thread pitch is. Mitutoyo. Bought this some time ago. I think it was 57 bucks. Ouch. But it's got every leaf possible here, both imperial and metric. So I don't know what the threads are. If they're metric or imperial, start playing around. Bingo. 8 TPI. That's not hard to do. So I can put the change gears for 8 TPI. I've got the threading tool. Go look up the insert. The biggest it can do is 8 TPI. It doesn't go down any further than that. So, okay, run a 1-inch annular cutter through here. So that's my starting point. I can use the boring tool to bring it to the big diameter here. Which side's which? Okay, so this is the side I'm going to thread. So you bore it out. There's a shelf in here because this piece goes in it. And this is not the right one. The hose is going to get glued on here. This goes in there and gets clamped as it screws on. This will be clamped in here like that. And the hose comes out. So, what else? So I'm set for doing it. Boy, did it and completely screwed it up. Because, yeah, I bored it out. There's the shelf. Started doing this, and I had nothing to do in a big internal grooving with. Go look for an internal grooving tool, and there isn't anything that exists. Great. So I run this thing all the way up to the shelf, and I just dig it in. Say, all right, that's going to be my stopping point. Do it, and it just, you couldn't go deep enough. So, you know, there's a little part on this thing that hangs out. There's the point, and then there's another little piece here, which prevents it from going in deep enough. I hold this up to the existing threads, and yeah, you can't cut it deep enough, and yet it says it does 8 TPI. So the whole thing was just completely scrapped. Luckily, the other side I could do. So this is a successful side. Yeah, that's it. This screws on there nice, but okay, so that's the beginning of the journey, and boy, did it go from there. Okay, that was a nice mess, so learn from my mistakes. First up, this has to get fixed. It doesn't cut the threads deep enough. So I'm wondering, are these industry standard threads on the Shop Vac? The thread gauge fits the existing one perfectly. That goes all the way in to min and max. So because that fits these threads perfectly, I'm thinking this is an industry standard. This is supposed to do 8 TPI, and it won't because of this little other point. You know, there's the point, and then there's this thing. Well, that shelf is too far out. Go looking everywhere. It cannot find an insert that'll cut it deep. Okay, let me try to fix this one. Take off the insert, go over to the D-bit grinder, put a diamond wheel on it. How am I going to hold this thing? I have no clue. Let me just hold it by hand and put it up against, gone. Okay, this tool is fixed. At least one piece of it is, so that's fixed. Next, I need some kind of relief on the inside so I know when to stop going in, because to cut right hand threads you have to set the mill or the lathe to go in, and then you stop, pull it out, back it up, go back in further. Okay, so I won't go looking everywhere again. This does not exist at any price. Like, huh? Nuts. Alright, so I gotta make one. Go on Amazon, 3mm high-speed steel blank. I think there were 5 of them for $6. Perfect. Ordered it. Alright, so I've got a D-bit grinder. I can make all the angles. So, cut a piece off there. And now I got to make the holder for it. So, okay, grab a piece of 1144. It fits in the existent boring bar holder for the lathe. Stick it in a square collet block, ER32, poking out. Go to the mill, cut the flat to register it with the screws. You know, these guys here. Okay, that was easy. Don't take it out, just turn it around, stand it on end, 90 degrees with this, just looking at that. Now I've got a 100,000 carbide end mill that's poking way out, and I'm thinking this is gonna break if I do anything hard or heavy deep. So I'm taking 2/1000 cuts, going back and forth, climb milling on each side, the DRO. So yeah, I did the center, go down a couple of thou, go over a couple of thou, climb mill. Was going fine. I was about 60 seconds from completing this. Climb mill this face, and I wanted to go back without moving the y-axis. Snapped right off. Great. How am I going to... I have a whole set. 100 thou, 90, 80, 70, 60. I mean, I just broke a piece of the set. Managed to find it on not Amazon, at the manufacturer's site, $5. Give me 2 of them, because I know I'm going to use it again and break it. So I don't want to be waiting, because I still don't have it. But I did have a nice stub length, I think it was, 2mm, and finished this thing. Perfect. Now, got to do this hole. What size? 2.5mm. Great. I don't have an Allen. I found an Allen. I was shocked. I have 2 Allen sets. Imperial that I bought way before I started this hobby, and a metric set when I started the hobby, because I knew I was going to get into metric. Doesn't go small enough. Turns out, I had this set too. This is metric, and it goes way down. 1.27mm. Fit it. Perfect. Stick the part in there, 2.5mm, drill it out, thread it, tap it, clamp the part in there. Now I can go over to the D-bit grinder and cut my angles. Stick it in a 5C, angle it, got that. Turn it around, flatten out the back end just so it looks good. Perfect. I've got my tool. So now, put this back in the lathe, bore it to the correct diameter, go in with this tool, cut my giant relief in the back, go in with the new fixed up threading tool. Perfect. It screws on now. I've got it correct and to depth now. Now I got to do this side for the hose and make one of those that fits it correctly. Yeah, this probably would if I did it, but I think I want it longer. Yeah, this isn't big enough. That does not, I don't know. I can't remember now from making the first one. So, okay, there I am. Got it done. Now I got to do this. And okay, so this is where the gold mine comes into play now. I'm looking at this set screw, 2.5 millimeters. Alright, my 1.27 millimeter, I guess, Allen fits it. I stick it back in there. It's a little bit sloppy. Well, maybe my Allen's worn out. I don't doubt it because I don't really use anything that small. So I go on Amazon looking for a 1.27 Allen, and I like Weha because it's German made and it's all quality. I have their screwdrivers, I have their torque sets, I have a lot of stuff from Weha. 67 bucks. No, I'm not going to spend that for that. Find this, $20. Okay, looks pretty good. Ordered it, delivered the next day. And yeah, they're pretty nice. I think the actual part here is titanium, it says in the ad, but okay. So I try the 1.27 in here, and yeah, it's still kind of loose. Then I started thinking, well, what am I supposed to be using? Somebody should say. Go on the internet, I don't know what to search for, okay. 2.5 millimeter set screw Allen for it. Nothing. Stumbled across Bolt Depot. Oh boy, that's the gold mine. Go to boltdepot.com. They show sizes. And sure enough, for this, they say you're supposed to use the 1.3 millimeter. Excuse me. So I try that. It fits perfectly. It's tight and it works. But I'm looking at the set screws. They have 6 cents each, 7 cents each. Wow, you can't beat that. You want buy 10 of them, that's 70 cents. You could buy any length, any size, metric or imperial, and put them in your shopping cart. I threw like 5 metric set screws in the cart just to see what the shipping was. $5. Wow, that's a gold mine, let me tell you. So okay, now I'm starting to make a chart. Get rid of this for a minute. And what size are you supposed to use since they're listed all? 2 millimeter needs a 0.9, and I have it. 2.5, 1.3, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So I've got all of them, all the correct ones for all the metric stuff I have. Goes up to, what's the biggest one? Yeah, 3 millimeters. So I can do a 6 right here. 6 millimeter set screw or a socket head. And then I started looking up all of their imperial stuff, 440, 632, 832. Wow, incredible. And learning, more. They sell them in cup points, cone point, half dog, which is this square point tip that you use for fine adjustments. It fits in a hole. Holy cow. And then they got a knurled cup. Geez, stainless and alloy steel, which is the black oxide. Anything you want, 6, 7, and I don't even think it was an 8 cent there, but probably when you get in the bigger sizes, yeah. And I don't know whether they're Chinese or U.S. made. Probably that cheap. I wouldn't doubt it that they're Chinese, but or what the quality is. But I've been buying off of Amazon assortments, sticking them in my inventory, and they're pretty good quality for these assortments. I mean, they work nicely. So yeah, here, that's one out of an assortment, 2.5 millimeters, and I go down to 2 millimeters too. Okay, fantastic. I'm starting to get into the correct sizes for the correct socket heads or set screws, putting down charts, and I'm thinking, how do you know whether an Allen is metric or imperial? Because, yeah, I have quite a few spare Allens here. Look at them all, it's ridiculous. I did start separating them. I have, this is all, everything that said Craftsman on it is in this box. So that's all Craftsman stuff, which is going to be imperial. But I started measuring them, you know, the set, and sure enough, if you go set your caliper to millimeters, they're just, you know, it says 3 millimeters, it's actually 2.997. They're slightly undersized. And I'm looking up, well, what's 0.003 millimeters? That's less than 2 thou, who cares? But now I can use my calipers and separate this out into, okay, this is an imperial, and I've got an extra box. I'm going to throw all the metric in here and leave the imperial in the tray and stick it back in the drawer. So, yeah, then I can put this in here too. Makes more room. But I know probably all of these came with things that I bought, and I know they're going to be probably metric. So, but in any case, I now know. And same way with the imperial Allens, they're all not even a 2 thou undersized. So, boy, big learning curve. The other thing that I found really interesting is on Bolt Depot's site, they have free documents that you can print. This is 32 pages of everything you'd ever want to know. All of them. Thread cutting machine screws, this, that, U-bolts, what they're called, eye-lags, eye-bolts. I mean, everything you can imagine, all the different types, flat washers, fender washers, finishing washers, split lock. I didn't even know what these are called. Internal tooth lock, external tooth lock. I never knew what they were called. But I'm going through this going, every type of nut, square nuts, these. Wow, this just goes on and on. All the threads. This is some of it was interesting here. I'm looking. Here's thread depths. I mean, they got a ruler on the side, but what's interesting is where I don't know where it is now. All the sizes and the threads. 1024, 1032. Really? Quarter 20, quarter 28. So I know all the sizes and what thread pitches they're available in. I knew some of this. They only go down to 440. I know it goes down to 256. One of the charts shows that. And I actually have them going smaller. There's 256. There's a 3 something. I forgot what it was. I had the tap for it. They don't show it because they don't deal with gun stuff. There's every nut. If you're getting into guns, they do use really weird threads and sizes. So there's a 3 something. Can't even separate these pages. This is definitely going in my standards book. Here's all the U.S. flat washers, SAA flat washers. They're different. Different 3/4. Where is it? There's 3/4. It's a different size, internal and external. Look at it. That's bigger diameter, smaller. So SAA and US are different. There it is. 256, 440s, all the way up. And they have a number 2. And I used to guess that probably means Like a number 4 is a 440 or a 448. I was guessing. Here's proof that it is, because they go number 4. There it is. So if I go on Amazon and I order a number 4 screw, I know it's going to be a 440 or 448. And they'll probably tell me what the thread pitch is. But go to, Bolt Depot and print this stuff out. I mean, shoulder bolts. Now I know I can look it up. What is the correct name for me to learn to call these things out? I'm probably going to have to relabel my whole inventory system, all those trays I have, with the correct names so I don't get it wrong. They even told there was a place in here talking about all the different tops, button head, flathead, this head, truss screws. Jeez. So this is an incredible document. I think that was in the beginning. Yeah, I didn't even know these hanger bolts. I have them. Mating screws, like, really? 6 bolts? There's all kinds of stuff. Cotter pins, rivets, yeah. Combination, what? I don't know. I'm going to be going through this. Yeah, flat washers, fender washers, finishing washers, split lock. It goes on and on and on. Wing nuts, flanges I have. Nylon insert jam lock is what these are called. Nylon insert lock. What's the difference? Nylon nut with a reduced height, that's all. I didn't even know that existed. I have these, all tall. I didn't know you could buy them. Oh, these things. Yeah, I know. These are called castle nuts. Castle nut and a slotted nut. Bees them. All right, well, there's the gold for you guys that I stumbled across. And it's, if you want set screws, socket heads, cheap. $5 shipping. I mean, come on.